wedges are in the different vertical compartments outside. Ready? Ready. Green, yellow one down in the bottom. Should be okay.
Are they cut all the way
Are
through?
they cut all the way through? So I'm probably going to. So it's possible this is going to remain up in the air, right? So if I cut this, right? Probably cutting this as it has end bind, okay? So it's wanting to push it that way, but I think the cut
Right there.
it can, but it may slide by. So I'm going to cut it a little bit on the top a little more. wedges, and I'll come in from the bottom. So this may still want to go up, and then it may have some load because of the pressure here. So, but now,
You want the weight in?
I'm just going to cut this down. It should drop. If not, there's not that much material to get wedged it out. So the tree did rotate that way,
Yeah.
and as I suspected, that's why I said to you, I thought this was going to lift.
Wow.
I just want to move this so when this drops, it doesn't bind on this. That's good for now. Run. See that?
Yeah.
How it dropped and then it stopped. That's because the Dutchman closed on the bottom. Part of the reason why I do this cut There, you happy? Really understanding what a tree wants to do. I mean, to me, that was like a textbook. It did it, you know, and I understood why you were saying, how come you're not severing over
Yeah.
there? What
But
it-
I thought you would want that to fall first so that...
Well, because part of what I was doing, first of all, is I hadn't finished my prep work on those other cuts.
Right.
So I had to get through this first, then I had to do that, and then I had to do that. And I was assessing what I thought was going to happen along the way. I was looking for kerf movement and all of that. And that's why I think I stopped and said, you know, this had bind on it, this may lift. And once I kind of re-emphasized that concept in my brain, that then dictated, okay, now if in fact this stays up in the air, by severing here, then I've got two cuts with the log suspended, which makes it much easier. Because otherwise, when I stopped and talked to you about the Dutchman closing,
What do you call it, Dutchman?
it's called a Dutchman.
That's the bottom of the...
Well, it's the kerf when the kerf closes. When you're felling a tree, typically you would not want to do that because what happens is it breaks the hinge. In this case, I want it to break the engine. I want to control this log to the point where when it drops, you saw how this just flat down?
Yeah.
If a lot of sawyers would have just cut it from the top, right? What would happen is when they did that, especially a log this big and heavy, it's going to jam into the ground.
Yeah.
And now you have end bind. And so now you have end bind with a 400-pound log pushing against here, and now you got more work for yourself. By having done those prep cuts, then understanding how the Dutchman works, I come down, it sags, and in fact, in some cases, if you watch closely, that log actually started to spin toward you.
Yeah.
Now, I have done, and you guys saw me do it on the bridge over here, where if we could have potentially done a wedge here, and I could have cut this, and we could have potentially swung that entire log over there. But it's a really big log. It's like we don't really need to do that. So in this case, are you trying to go this way?
We're gonna go that way.
Really? Okay.
We're gonna spin it right here.
That would be my preference. However, because that's a longer distance, we just got to spin it more to get it here. But this is going to be much lighter than this log. This log is.
What are we gonna do with this? Leave it?
Okay. It's rolling easier than I thought that way. I go this way? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. There we go. Watch this kid come up here. Get to the end of that.
You got it, Phil. You're the man.